Okay, to begin with, I'll share my PPT screen here.
Not showing recording.
So let me switch on the recording. One second.
Yes, started. Recording started.
Yes, sir. Okay, there are two ways where we can create a Google Classroom. The first one is we have to open a web browser, and over there we have to type, as it is shown on the screen, classroom.google.com, and then you have to sign in with your Gmail account. The second method is you have to log in using your Gmail account, and there are 9 dots at the top right corner. Click on that and scroll down so that you can see the classroom, and click on that classroom. These are the two ways in which we can create a Google Classroom. And for creating a Google Classroom, we need to have an Gmail account. It is mandatory. Other accounts, we cannot create a Google Classroom. As soon as we create the Google Classroom, on the welcome screen, we can see this. And over here, we have to click on continue. And then we are in the Google Classroom. And at the top right corner, you can see a plus sign. Click on that. And over there, there are many options. And so choose the create class option. And then once this create class option is selected, this window will be displayed. Over here, you have to give a name to your class. You can give a section. You can type a subject. I have written over here demo class, since I am demonstrating it before you all. And the subject name, I have kept it as subject 1. You can also give a room name. Once all these datas are entered.
Can you go slow? Can you go slow?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Once all this informations are filled in, then at the bottom, you can see a create button. Click on that. I repeat this. At the top right corner, there will be a plus sign. Click on that. You will see different options. Over there, choose the option create class. Once that option is chosen, you will see this screen, and here you have to give the name of your class and the subject name, and then click on create over here. Once this data are entered and we click on create, the Google Classroom is created with the name we had given. I had given the name of my class as demo class, and over here you can see the name of my class over here, and the code of the class is also displayed over here. There are 4 different tabs of a Google Classroom which we need to know. So over here we have stream. Stream is the first tab, and the working of this tab is similar to the social media. We have been using many social medias. Over here, I can communicate with my students. I can post messages. I can give announcements. I can set reminders for submission of assignments. So the latest post will be seen at the top. The second tab is the classwork. Over here, we will be allowed to create assignments. We can share the materials, the notes of our subjects, and we can give them with the YouTube links and many other such things using classwork tab. The third tab over here is the people. Here I can see how many participants or how many students are there in my classroom. The last one is the grades. This tab displays the name of the students along with their assignments submitted along with the grades they have scored. Okay. And over here, if you see, there is a select theme. So if I click on this, I can change the look of my Google Classroom. It gives me the facility of uploading our photos on the classroom also. So this is the general view of the Google Classroom. Okay. So this was the first step of creating a Google Classroom. The second step will be, so I have told you we can change the theme of the Google Classroom. So when I click on this select theme, this the screen which I'll be seeing. So over here, if you see, there are different heads like general, English, history, mathematics and science, arts, sports, other. So you can select one of the tabs and whatever theme you want to keep for your classroom, you can click on that. And at the bottom, you'll be having select class theme. Click on that. So the look of your Google Classroom will be changed. In short, the theme of the classroom will be changed. So this was an additional information where I can customize my Google Classroom. Okay, moving on to the second step. The second step in creating a Google Classroom is inviting students in my classroom. There are again two methods. One method is I have to go to the people tab. I've told you there are 4 tabs in the Google Classroom. So we will be going to the third tab, that is people. And over there, we have 2 options, teachers and students. I can add a co-teacher also in my Google Classroom. The second option is the students. So when we click on the students, this is the tab which will be displayed. And over here, I'll be typing the email ID of the students. And then I'll click on invite. This action of mine will send a mail to the student with the invitation to join my Google Classroom.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Okay, the students will be receiving a mail with the invitation to join my Google Classroom.
I'll just see.
And what the students have to do is just to click the join button in their mail and they will be joining my Google Classroom. So this is the first method to invite students in my Google Classroom. The second method is, again, we have to go to the people tab. And over here, if you see, I will not send a mail to the students. Instead, I'll share my class code with the students, which is available over here. Okay? And the students will be logging in with this class code and joining the Google Classroom. I'll just pause for a minute because 9 people are waiting in the waiting room and then I'll...
Yes.
So till now we have seen
So,
two
ma'am,
steps. Yes, sir.
can you repeat how to invite students again?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll repeat.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. I'll repeat the second step of the Google Classroom. The second step is the inviting.
Teacher, please mute.
Inviting students to the Google Classroom. There are two ways. The first method is I have to select the People tab, and over there I have two options. One is I can add teachers or a co-teacher with me in my classroom. Second is I can add students, and for adding students I have two methods. One is just click on the students, and over there type the email ID of the student and click on invite. This action of mine will send an email to the students with the invitation to join my Google Classroom. What they have to do is they have to just click on the join button in their mail, and they will be inside my classroom. This is the first method. The second method is also we have to go to the People tab, and over there I will not send a mail to the students. Instead, I have a class code for my Google Classroom which I have created. So I will be sharing this code with my students, and the students will be using this code. They will join the Google Classroom. Okay. So these are the two steps. Moving on to the next one, that is we have four tabs: stream, classwork, people, and grades. Once students are let in my Google Classroom, I can see them under people tab. So I have sent an invitation to one student, and that student has joined using the mail, the invitation in their mail, and I can see over here that student in the people tab. Once people join in my Google Classroom, I can use the tabs that is stream and classwork. Stream is, I have already told you all that this is similar to the social media. Here I can post the comments, like I can give a message to the students. I can give them, make announcements in the classroom. I can give reminders for assignment submissions. Okay. And also, once I type a message over here, there are three ways to post a message. One is I can immediately post a message by clicking on post, or else I'll type a message and save it as a draft, and later I can schedule for posting this message. Okay. So here, even the students can send a reply to me, and we can view the replies also. The latest message which we are putting over here will be at the top. Fine. We are moving on to the very important aspect of the Google Classroom, that is creating an assignment or sharing notes with the students. So for that, I have to select the tab classwork. And over here, if I click on create, I can see assignment. Assignment is, I have already done an assignment and I have saved it on my Google Drive or on my laptop. I can upload it, or I can create a quiz. I can put a question and I can wait for answers from the students, or directly I can upload study material or notes, and I can also reuse post. Now, what do you mean by this reuse post is, we have an option of creating many classrooms. So in other classrooms, if I have put a notice or a post, I can reuse that post in this classroom also. So now I'll click on assignment. I'll show you the steps for creating an assignment. So these are the tabs which I can see. The first one, I have to give title of my assignment. Then I'll give description or instruction regarding the assignment. Now I can upload the assignments by clicking on this add. This will display a list of things like Google Drive or my computer or YouTube. From wherever I want to upload the assignments, I can select and then add it. The method of sharing is also shown over here, how I can share with the students. There are 3 ways in which I can share the assignment. If I select the first option, students can view the file. The assignment which I have shared with the students can be only seen by the students. They cannot make any changes in the assignment. If I select the second option, that is students can edit file while sharing the assignment with the students. All students will be working on the same file and submitting the assignments. The third option is make a copy for each student. This will make a copy of my assignment for all the students. Suppose I have 80 participants or 80 students in my class. It will make a 80 copy of the assignment and will be sending it to respective students. The students can open their copy, they can work on the assignment and submit it. But before selecting this option, make a copy for each student, I have to be careful that I have added all the materials which is required for solving the assignment, because once I make a copy for each student, whatever I have to edit have to be done 80 times manually. So before making a copy for each student, I have to be careful that I have added all the documents for submitting the assignments. Okay. So I repeat this again. So I'll be giving here title of my assignment, instruction for the assignment, then add the assignment where you have stored it, either on your Google Drive or on your laptop or directly from net. That is, you can share the YouTube link or any quiz you have created. Okay. And then I'll be selecting the method of sharing. Once this left hand side is done, look at the right hand side. I have few options to be selected here also. This one is the I have to choose the name of the class. Since I have created only one classroom, so by default that name of the class will appear over here. And there is another option of sharing this assignment either with all the students, that is give a common assignment for all the students, or I can make a group of students and give different assignments. Then I have points for this assignment. I can set my own points, or I can say ungraded assignments also. Due is the due date. I can set up a date. So here I have kept the assignment submission for tomorrow. Then I have to keep a topic because it will be easy for the students to select the assignment, work on it and submit it. Okay. So these are the general settings of my assignments. And if I see over here, one more option is there, which is rubric. Okay. Rubric will allow me to give distribution of marks of my assignment. Say I have 5 questions or 4 questions, I will be distributing this 10 marks out of 5 questions. So once I click on rubric, this is the screen where this is how the screen will look like. So here, so there are criterias. Suppose if I have to divide the marks of the assignment into 4 criteria, I'll be selecting over here criteria, give what the student have to, how my marks are going to be. So question number 1. So here what I have done is they have to keep a file. So for that I'm giving 1 marks. Then I have second criteria where they have to enter the data into the file which I have kept. So I have kept an Excel sheet. They have to load it on the Google Drive and they have to enter their name over there. So once they do that, they will get the remaining 9 points. So this is how I have distributed the marks for my assignment. So once all these settings are done, there is a save button at the top right corner. So I'll be clicking on this save button. And then once I save the settings which I have done on rubric, this rubric, the distribution of marks will be getting linked with my assignments. That is two things, two criterions I have kept. One is they have to have a file. Second is they have to enter into the file their data. So this marking scheme will be attached with my assignment. After all the settings are done, I'll be going to the top right corner and assign the assignments to all the students. Again, there are three ways where I can assign the assignment immediately, or I can save it as a draft and schedule it for assigning the assignments at a later point of time. So this is how we create the assignments. And once that assignment is shared to the student, I'll be going to the grade tab. And if you see over there, I have one student to whom we have assigned the assignment. Since I have sent an invitation to only one student, here we can see one student. If there are 80 students, we'll be getting a list of 80 students. If they complete their assignment and submit it, how much marks they have scored, everything will be displayed over here. So we don't have to actually give assessment or give marks for the assignments. Okay. So that's all. Thank you.
Anybody, can you unmute or please ask the questions if anybody want on chat session. You want us to repeat anything?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Kalpana.
Can I?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
I created the classroom along. I created the classroom along with your instructions.
Okay, ma'am.
I tried to upload something. I had my desktop, but when I press the add button, it says add from Google Drive. I cannot add anything from my desktop.
Ma'am, I'll show you one live of how to share materials in my Google Classroom. One live performance I'll show you.
Okay.
Yeah, one second.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the Google Classroom which I have created. So there are, as I told you, there are 4 tabs: stream, classwork, people, and grades. So I'll select this classwork. Click on create. So I'll be sharing a material here. I have already saved some notes. So I'll share that material over here. So click on this. Then you have to select on this add. So you have to select this option, ma'am, file.
But again, it says Google Drive.
No, ma'am. So here you can see over there, select files from your device. So I'll be clicking on this. So it will show me.
Done.
Yeah. So from here I can upload. Then you have to click on upload. Then it will be added over here.
Sudhaman?
Yes, sir.
Sudhaman?
Yeah,
can
sir.
you brush up from the beginning faster, thoda?
Sure, sir.
From the beginning. From the beginning.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Can I ask something before,
ma'am.
ma'am, you start this?
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. One more thing, like basically, we interior design students have a very huge file, like regarding the CDS Max and AutoCAD. So,
Yeah.
if for an example, we have 35 to 40 students in one classroom,
Yeah.
so what the GB and what size can be, because we have a very huge drawings and very heavy file. So,
What is the maximum
one
capacity
student
we can?
correct, because one student's portfolio is having minimum 19 to 20 sheets. So we have 33 students in class. So what is the maximum capacity of the assignments we can upload here?
What is the maximum capacity for?
Uploading
the
the
assignments
material.
we can upload. Yeah, because our interior design students are having very heavy files. Plus each portfolio is having 20 sheets.
Ma'am, in
So
that
is
case,
that
we can
possible?
zip the file and we can upload it.
Okay, we can do that, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Any idea about maximum capacity? How much we can upload? Sudha ma'am?
So students?
Sudha ma'am?
Yes, sir.
No.
It's
For
for
students.
So
For
I have not
students
checked.
and
I think we
teachers.
can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have one question. Can I ask?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you know that we are in fashion designing and we have a practical teaching, we have to teach them. Basically, it's everything is on the fabric. We have to teach them stitching, embroidery, or like. So, is there any different way we can teach them? Because we need guideline on that, because I've been trying to think about it. I've not been able to understand how to go for practical work with them.
Ma'am, here in the tab of creating assignment, you can upload a YouTube link where the students will be watching it, and then you can give a question regarding that video, or you can post an assignment regarding that, and you can ask the students to submit. They'll be submitting in the Google Classroom itself. This is one way which you can make practicals
Or
interesting.
ma'am, you can
Okay,
teach.
so like.
Ma'am, or you can teach through Zoom app also, no, ma'am?
Yes, we can teach through.
Yeah, of course, with Zoom app also, but it's just that for us, it's like to start with basic, to teach them how to hold a needle and a thread. So that's where we were, wondering how to make it more interesting and how to start teaching them if we have to start. So maybe I'll talk to Khan sir in person and talk about it then later.
Sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
One question from Sugandha ma'am. Can we show live video here?
So live video, there is no option. We can share a YouTube video over here. Can we quickly go through? Hello? Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
start revising.
Yes, sir. Just a quick revision. How to create a Google Classroom. The first step is creating a Google Classroom. There are two steps.